buradaki adam biraz fazla güçlü.
He's mine! Mine is too! Let's see how it likes a bit of fire! Dear God! It's too fucking fast!
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
What's Daddy boys? We've got one over here. Fuck, he's fast! Move!
Level almam lazım önce bir ya.
And I thought last time was a bit more.
This dead
Have some of
flesh
the most
needs it.
brilliant minds in London.
Spare me, darling.
Bir level almam lazım. Hmm. Bu değil. Bu öyle artmıyor. Da artmıyor. Şunu mu ekle? Yok. Buna basalım. Hepsine bir tık versem. Onayla bakayım bir. Ölmüş. Kayıp. Buluruz. Dert değil. Ben insanları nasıl iyileştireceğim onu merak ediyorum. Mesela ben insanları iyileştirmek istiyorum. Ama nasıl iyileştireceğime dair bir fikrim yok.
Good evening.
I need blood.
And why do you believe?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow
Öyle diyorsun.
Please, describe to me how you
Anlat
feel.
bakayım.
What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Delisin sen.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh,
He vampirsin bekle ben de öyle dedim.
immortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Sana bir ilaç yazıyorum.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here.
It's only a cover to hide from.
Ya boş yapma
The
ya.
staff here are not your enemy. They're here to...
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For
I see. Don't...
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match...
Ne diyorsun
Who
oğlum
are
sen?
these
Kafan mı
enemies
güzel?
you mentioned? Can you
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the
Niye
lake.
gidiyorsun oğlum o zaman? Gerizekalı mısın? Gitme. Bunun hakkını almak lazım ya.
I'll leave you.
Neyin varmış? Buna bize bir çözümümüz yok. Bu deli. Şu sana nasıl bir çözüm bulabiliriz?
Good evening. How is your stay?
Oh, it's bliss.
Anlat
I just
bakayım.
escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of
Ay
the
adamın yüzüne
dying.
bak.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under
Ben
the
ilacı
scars.
nasıl vereceğim düşünüyorum. Belki buradaysam chat'e bir yazsana, bir şey soracağım ya.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Oo baya kötü
Can
bir
I
şey bu
do
ya.
anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Konuş
How
bakayım.
close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful.
Oo manita yapma
Living
derdim.
proof that there's
Manita derdindeyiz.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
in her madness. She never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why
Ya
not?
hijyenik derdine bak.
She's
Gerizekalı mıyım
only
oğlum ben?
sucking a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to
Goodbye for now.
Oo bu kolay empoziydi. Bu şey. Bu kolay yola gelir. Bu kolay yola gelir.
Fear and disgust on every
Simpletons,
street
these
corner.
nurses. Bred with no respect.
Daily routine.
Kolay yola
Good
gelir
evening,
o.
Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh,
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Liars and thieves, every last one of them.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom.
I'm
Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
No decency, all liars and thieves.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare.
Nurses,
No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
liars and thieves, every last one of them.
What is the general's?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tension.
Has
And
who?
since Clay,
How did
I had
you dared to enter this awful?
I'm just
What?
William.
My medication.
Bunlardan bilgi alamayacağız.
Have you made?
Not
You
your pre.
you're in.
No
I'm.
decency, all liars and thieves.
Why didn't you use?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. Not a
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no
Goodbye.
respect.
Bir daha basınca çıkıyor mu direkt?
Hello?
Goodbye,
Aynen.
Mr. Hampton. We'll talk.
Here again.
Someone's poached my blanket. Oh, the cold will be my death.
Konuşamıyor muyum bunda şu an?
Good evening, Miss.
Disgust on every street corner.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr.
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a
Of course not. How could I...
Who are you?
Is...
I'm.
No, it's-
Tell me. I'll leave you.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening.
Good
Goodbye, Nurse.
Here again. My sweet girl.
Ben buna nasıl mesela şey vereceğim?
Treats me like
İlaç nasıl vereceğim? Yorgunluk. Bende bu ilaç yok mu? Var mesela ben bunu nasıl tedavi edeceğim ya?
Apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the
Good
doubt.
evening.
I'm okay.
Belki ben bunu nasıl tedavi edeceğim ya?
I have to.
I'm all right. Don't waste.
How can I iyileştirmek ne? Cure in vampire. How to cure? How to cure citizens. Tamam. Peki.
Your time with me.
Good evening.
Ya bir siktir git kadın ya.
I'm okay.
How?
So
Veremiyorum ilacı şu an.
I'm
Not really.
I see.
yes.
What
I'm
is how?
so
I'll,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
Aa çıldıracağım. Ben bunu craftladım. Bu bende var şu an ama. Ahmetciğim hoş geldin canım. Ben buna bu ilacı niye veremiyorum? Ben bunu
I have to
craftladım.
go now.
Good evening, sir.
Yani var bu bende. Ben bunu veremiyorum ama.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Niye veremiyorum?
Tell.
I don't want.
I have to go now, sir.
Aa o gördüm tamam gördüm.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Do you need
E'ye
any help?
E'ye basıyorsun, yukarıda E varmış.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing.
And you have my
I have to go now, sir.
Geç gördüm.
Good evening,
Waste your
Doctor.
time with me.
Do you require medical
I have other concerns right now, Doc.
F'ye basmam lazımmış. Tamam.
Goodbye, Mrs. Go.
Tamam F'ye basmam lazımmış. F'ye veya E'ye.
Down, my boy.
Şu ne ya? Konuşabilir miyiz?
Good evening.
I don't.
Geç. Nasılsın bilinmiyor.
What?
Tell. I was.
Where are you?
In others. Is there anything?
I'm all right.
Sana sonra döneceğiz. Şu an hiç yazıları okuyacak şeyde değilim çünkü. Senin bir şey
I'm quite bit.
Do you need my?
Not at all.
asla mı? Senin götünü sikerim ha.
We. It's. We cannot. And be careful.
I own.
Not.
It is.
Tell me,
Konuş.
Waverley. What do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery,
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking...
and are you not afraid that your rival?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that.
Pek bir şey kazanamadık bundan.
Thank you for your.
I will not let you down, my boy. I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Kişisel sorunların var mı? Yok.
Do you require?
Thank you for your...
Goodbye, nurse. Good evening, Doctor. Do you need?
Come on.
Yarrak iyiliğini sorduk, neyini saçmalaması. Ha, yakaladım.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Nasıl ya? Ha, gerizekalı piç. Sikten belanı. O nasıl yatış lan?
That was far.
I'm afraid
Is that
now it's.
mash it?
I hadn't considered that.
Do be
I'll
Ulan okumadan bir şeyler evet dedik yine. Dur şunu sıkıştırayım hele bir ya.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Admit it, Mortimer.
Yakaladım.
Your mother had you hospitalized here because you.
Yes, it's true.
Tabii de doğru.
This is the first time we've really shared information about your case.
Yes.
Shall we call this progress?
It
Call it what
depends.
you want, Dr. Reed.
Sana yardım
Can I
edebilir miyim?
help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it
Boğazını kesmiş deli.
after my death.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you...
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words.
Bakacağız.
I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your...
I guess I should thank...
Bakacağız.
I have to...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial
Konuş.
information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significant...
All my son needs is help and comprehension, not judgment and punishment for what he...
Onu konuşacağız.
Bye, Mrs. Goswick.
Onu konuşacağız. Kucakladık adamı. Klorostrofobisi varmış bir de. Klorostrofobi mi? Şunu yapacağım önce.
Like a book.
Hmm. Tamam, oraya
Good
gidelim.
evening, sir.
Could keep anything from her.
Doctor.
Halledelim. Önce şu adamın şeyini ortaya çıkaralım bakayım. Mortimer Goswick'in yanına gidelim bakalım bir. Kardeşim intihar etmeye çalışmış. O anlamda laciverte boyadım şimdi seni. Kanka biz bir uyanıyoruz, vampiriz, tamam mı? Yani normalde biz bir doktoruz. Sonra vampir oluyoruz. Sonra buna çözüm bulmaya çalışıyoruz. Yani biz neden vampir olduk? Bunun bir çözümü var mı? Diye çözüm arıyorduk. Ondan sonra bu çalıştığımız hastanenin ana binasındaki doktor bize bilgi vereceğini ama bizimle çalışırsa dedi. Ben de tamam dedim. Sabahattin Ali'nin dizeleri mi? Bakayım. Sometimes I feel the... Burada Sabahattin Ali yazmıyor oğlum. Nereden uyardınız? Puddler. Sabahattin Ali ne alaka oğlum ya? Özetle biz vampiriz ama zamanında doktormuşuz. Şimdi
In
de
this letter,
çözüm
Mortimer
buluyoruz işte.
Goswick does nothing to hide his desire to die. I could give it to his mother, but doing so would betray his trust.
Doğru. Eski bir vampir olduğumuz için, eski bir doktor olduğumuz için de şimdi insanlara yardım ediyoruz. Ben de ayağına yatıyorum. Hepinize yardım edeceğim. Hepinize diyorum. Hepsine yardım edeceğim. Hepsinin güvenini kazanacağım. Sonra hepsini tenhaya çekeceğim. Bir tane adam bırakmayacağım bu şehirde bu arada. Net söylüyorum. Bir tane adam bırakırsam benden şerefsiz yok. Hepsini emcükleyeceğim. Tabii ki de. Yapacağım bile. Şunları ben niye alamıyorum peki? Bak. Amına koydum mu seni yok ederim ha. Dracula'daki pizzanın yanında pipet de iyiydi. Üf. Pipetle emcükleyeceğim. Mantıklı. Ananı sikeyim. Bu ne ya? Ananın amını sikeyim War Thunder, tamam mı? Seni oynayacağım varsa asla oynamayacağım bir oyuncusun. Bir yerde fena bir yaratık var. Aman kanka açıldı öyle kendi kendine. Şunu al bakayım. Bak. Bekle geliyorum ha. Öldü amına koyayım, 2 tane vurduk ha. Kanka bilmiyorum, kendi kendine bir şeyler yaptı ya. Şimdi peki kime verek Özer mektubu? Yok kanka o değildi, o değildi. Mektubu şimdi adama mı verek kadına mı? Çünkü adam 1000 exp veriyor. Bence kadına verelim ama adamın güvenini sarsmış oluruz. Kadının güvenini başka bir şekilde kazanırız. Adama verek. Adamı tenhada önce annesini tenhada emcikleriz. Sonra
Good evening.
adamı.
Goodbye.
Nasıl fikir? Bence güzel fikir. Önce anayı emcikliyoruz. Sonra çocuğu emcikliyoruz. Kime verelim? Çocuğa mı verelim? Annesine mi verelim? Çocuğa vererek anasının güvenini
Good evening,
kazanırız.
Mr.
I'm okay. Thank you.
I think you should talk to your mother.
Thank you.
100 şilim verdi.
I've read your letter, Mortimer.
There's nothing. I know.
I have to go.
I'm all right.
Bir de annesine haber edeyim.
Thanks for your time with me.
Good
Mortimer
Oh.
is extremely vague as to his motivation.
As you say, Mortimer had no reason to die. All he said to me was that he wanted to make the world a better place, but couldn't.
Why did your son feel so useless when facing the world?
I think it was more that he could only see the melancholy facets of life. He couldn't help but dwell on such things.
What do you think he meant by making the world a better place?
Mortimer has always been a sensitive soul. He wouldn't talk to anyone for months after his father passed. It's like he carries everyone's sadness with him.
I have read your son's suicide note. It was not an impulsive gesture, nor was it his first attempt.
He threatened to kill himself a few times before. But I never thought he would dare to punish me this much.
Punish you? Why?
I've known for a long time he was not happy with his life. But I always hoped he cared enough to avoid making...
Do you realize your son could try to kill himself again? He might succeed next time.
I think about it every minute. But I won't stop fighting for my son's future.
Your determination is laudable, but you are in a state of denial, Mrs. Goswick. Your son has a very strong death wish.
How dare you talk to a mother like that? Talk to me like that?
I'm only trying to be honest, Mrs. Goswick. As painful as
Biraz
this
sert
fatal
çıkamadım.
end may be for you, you have to accept this is a possibility.
No, I'll never accept it. If my son was to die under your care, well, you have no...
Ha siktir, yanlış karar verdik. Kötü oldu.
Do you
I think...
your
How dare...
I'm only
No.
Kötü oldu, kötü. Agresif çıkmayacağız. Bak onu da yapsaydık var ya, şu an fulldü ya. Püh ananı sik.
I'm all right.
Kötü oldu bu.
Don't waste your
Neyse.
time with me.
Şunu kaydediyoruz.